Hey, what's up everyone? It's Brian from the Exact IT Solutions YouTube channel, the channel dedicated to teaching you about cybersecurity and making you more aware of all the threats that are going on out there. So there was a big computer manufacturer hit today with ransomware. Well, they weren't hit today, it was released today. The information is now coming out. It seems like they've been under this for a week, so we're going to let you know who that is, how much they're being ransomware for, what the demand is, and what else we know around this event. But before we do, please remember we don't do any sponsorships or run any ads on this channel. The only thing that we ask is that you hit the like button down below. That helps other people find this content and gets them educated around the threats that are going on out there in the cybercriminal world and why they need to be concerned with that and what they need to do to protect themselves. So hit that like button, smash it down for us so other people find the content. So here we go. Let's jump into it. So today it was announced by Bleeping Computer. They were the first ones to kind of confirm this. There's been rumors going on for about a week or so that Acer, the big computer manufacturer out of Taiwan, has been hit with ransomware. And there's a couple interesting things that are going on with this that I want to make you aware of. So number one is that this is now known as the largest ransomware demand to date. So it was Garmin that got hit about 8-9 months ago now in the summer of 2020. They got hit at the time for $30 million. That was the demand. And now this one is $50 million. So Acer is being told by these hackers that they want $50 million in order to not have this data released on the dark web. It has definitely been confirmed that this data has been exfiltrated from the network and it is in the possession of these hackers, and now the hackers have already leaked a little bit of financial information about Acer onto the dark web just to prove that they have this information. And now negotiations and the incident response portion of what Acer has to deal with is now under effect. So from the Bleeping Computer site, we'll just jump into that quickly. Computer giant Acer has been hit by the REvil ransomware attack, where threat actors are demanding a large known ransomware to date of $50 million. Acer is a Taiwanese electronic and computer maker, well known for laptops, desktops, and monitors. Acer employs approximately 7,000 employees and earns $7.8 billion in revenue in 2019. Yesterday, the ransomware gang announced that their data leak site that they have breached Acer and shared some images of allegedly stolen files as proof. The leaked images are for documents that include financial spreadsheets, bank balances, and bank communications. And as you can see right here, this has been blurred out a little bit, but essentially this is what it looks like on the dark web. It shows you all of the information within that file: customer name, customer local name, Japanese, US dollar, the currency. So this was basically all the customers or major customers of Acer. And the Bleeping Computer has tried to reach out to Acer. They're kind of giving a generic response right now to anybody who is asking questions about this. But there is an ongoing investigation for the sake of security. They're unable to comment on any details. So after publishing the story, somebody discovered that the REvil ransomware sample used in the Acer attack demanded a whopping $50 million ransom. And soon after, Bleeping Computer found the sample and can confirm that based on the ransom note and the victim's conversation with attackers, the sample from the cyber attack on Acer, here it is. And this is what the actual ransom demand looks like. Actually, a pretty nice screen. They're getting better at this stuff. So they want $50 million. They want it in Monero, which is another form of cryptocurrency. Most people hear about Bitcoin. In this case, this group wants Monero. I can speculate on why that is, probably because you want something like Bitcoin, it's going through a major exchange and it's easier to find out who you are. There's other, exchanges besides like Coinbase that you can use that deal with these altcoins. And it's, let's say it's easier to make accounts that, aren't as easily traced back to you through these other exchanges. Binance is one of them that comes to mind if you're wanted to know a name of one. But Binance does things pretty on the up and up, and they actually have a U.S. version and then I guess the rest of the world or international version of their software and app. So they've kind of divided their exchange, and so Monero is their currency of choice to get paid. Currently shows on this screenshot that they have until March 28th at 16:30 to pay, or their price will be doubled, as you can see right there. So it'll go from 50 million to 100 million, and they have 8 days to start doing something about this. It's also been reported here that the attackers also offered a 20% discount if payment was made by this past Wednesday in return for the ransomware gang would provide a decryptor, a vulnerability report, and the deletion of stolen files. So basically they were going to tell you how they got in and how they managed to do this so you can go fix it. Because if you don't fix it, and they might wait a week or they might wait a few days, and if you don't fix it, then they're going to come back in. Now the interesting thing is that it's been reported that these guys use the Microsoft Exchange exploitation to carry this out. And the evidence behind that thought is that a researcher from Bleeping Computer detected that a REvil gang recently targeted a Microsoft Exchange server on Acer's domain. So the intel from these folks has said that the particular REvil affiliated pursued the Microsoft Exchange weaponization. And the threat actors behind DearCry ransomware have already used the proxy login vulnerability to deploy their ransomware, but they are a smaller operation with fewer victims. So they're seeing what DearCry did, and now these bigger groups like REvil, who are known for ransomware, are using these vulnerabilities and these tactics to steal data and encrypt devices to get control of these servers, these exchange servers that have, it's been known for almost a month now what these vulnerabilities are. There's been patches out. So, shame on Acer for not employing a process to get these servers secured when this was announced. And if this ends up being the case, and we all stand around and go, wow, how did Acer get hacked? It seems like nobody can prevent these guys from hacking you. It seems like cybersecurity is fake. None of this stuff can be prevented. No, it's actually not true, and the complete opposite. Had Acer done what Microsoft guided everyone around the world to do when they told them to do it, they wouldn't be in this position. And quite frankly, hackers, they go after this kind of stuff just because they kind of get annoyed at the fact that people don't do security good enough, right? If you make it this easy for them to get in, they're going to do it. They're going to exploit you, and they're going to create a cyber attack and a big mess for you. When you leave your front door open, and right behind that door, you have millions and millions of dollars available, which is essentially what all these companies are doing. By not patching their exchange server, they're leaving the front door wide open. They're saying, come on in and take this money. That's exactly the perspective these cyber criminals have when they see a Microsoft Exchange server that should be patched at this point from a multi-billion-dollar company. They absolutely have the resources to do this. And when you're 3 weeks, a month from when the exploitation was released and the patch was released, and it's still an issue of vulnerability for your organization, I can tell you right now, these hackers don't feel bad when they do this stuff, right? They feel like almost they're doing a service, and their fee to charge you to make you realize that you have this vulnerability is $50 million in this case. So basically what they're saying is you didn't pay a cybersecurity professional to come in and figure this out for you like you should have. We figured it out. And now that because we were the ones that figured it out, you got to pay us. And that's the perspective that these guys have. They don't look at what they're doing as criminal. They don't look at it in terms of like, hey, we want to destroy this company. It's like, hey, we want to show you that you have a vulnerability, which is exactly what my company does. We show companies that they have vulnerabilities, and they pay us to show them what they have. But when it kind of manifests itself this way, where a group that you're not associated with, a criminal hacking group, determines that you have these vulnerabilities in your system, they're going to exploit them. And they're going to tell you, you know what, we just exploited this, and if you want to make this right, you're going to pay. Right or wrong, I'm not here to say that, but that's just the perspective that the criminal side has, and the people who are the victims are going, well, why is this happening? Why does this keep happening? Like, why are we being attacked? And it's because you're not spending enough on cybersecurity, and you're not doing things the way that they need to be done. So these criminals are going to take advantage of that, and they're going to expose you. And in the process, they're going to ask for ridiculous amounts of money, and they're going to keep doing it until you make it hard enough for them to where this is not a lucrative business. And there will become a point where the private business community makes hacking so difficult that it's no longer worth the investment to try to hack companies. But right now, it's like taking candy from a baby. And the more companies do silly things like this that Acer's doing, the more problems we're going to have until people actually start investing in what needs to be invested in. And that's, making sure that your systems are secure and they're vulnerability free, and that you have a solid cybersecurity program in your business, because we're about 10 years past the point where you should have had one. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you learned a lot. If you did, hit the like button. And if you're still with us, maybe you'll consider subscribing to our channel. I do videos like this often where I educate you around current events and attacks. We're also doing a series on how to protect your business. We release videos every Tuesday and Thursday. So look for those. Tuesdays are our videos where we talk about this kind of stuff. Thursdays, we're releasing our video series on how to protect your business. So if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. Are you a victim of the Acer attack? Have you seen anything? Have you experienced anything? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And any questions you might have about this attack, drop them in the comments. We'll answer them as quick as we can. I hope you all have a great day, and we will talk to you on Thursday. Take care, everyone.